Let's take a look at our past. Longboat Key, how did it get from where it was to where it is today? Hi everyone, my name is Mike Rennick. I'm the team lead, the senior broker of Team Rennick, part of that great Mangrove Realty Associates family. Welcome to another edition of Out and Around with Mike 22 style. Let's take a look at Longboat Key and let's take a look at where the roots are and where it came from. Longboat was the vacation land of the Timucua and the Calusa Indians for hundreds of years. In 1539, Hernando de Soto is thought to have visited here with his scout, Juan Anasco. In 1891, Civil War veteran Thomas Mann settled with his sons on the north end and was awarded 144 acres as a homestead grant. One of his sons received another 144-acre grant on the southern end of the key. Mann later sold the land at the turn of the century, his 144 acres, for $500. 144 acres, $500. Boy, have things changed. Homes were built on the north end of Longboat in the early 1900s. Some of these homes still exist here today. In the 1920s, John Ringling bought hundreds of acres on the south end of the island. He also built what was supposed to be the Ritz-Carlton Hotel on New Pass, which was started by his company in 1926, but it was never finished. It was torn down in 1962 after Arvida bought the land. During World War II, Longboat Key had very few inhabitants, but near the present Longboat Harbor, there was a target range for Army Air Force planes, which roared over, firing 50 caliber bullets towards the island. Gates blocked Gulf of Mexico Drive while target practice was held, and then opened again to let the few vehicles pass. The town of Longboat Key was incorporated on November 14th, 1955. That actually was before I was born. I thought I was one of the older ones here. Development started slowly, but it hit its peak in the 60s, and of course in the 70s, the boom really took off. Here are some interesting facts I found while surfing the web last night as we were putting together the verbiage here for the video. Edgar Green caught a 20-foot great white shark off the north end of Longboat back in 1937. The record that holds today is 21.8 feet, so his 20-foot shark was almost near the record. In 1941, Gordon Whitney discovered what is believed to be pieces of Anasco's longboat. These artifacts prompted many to believe this was the origin of the Longboat Key name. New Pass was created in 1848 during a hurricane storm. In 1963, the governor signed the Condominium Act, which allowed for commencement of condominiums all throughout Florida. Spanish Main Yacht Club was the first condominium on Longboat Key. Sands Point Condominium was built in 1963 as an apartment building, but wasn't converted to condos until 1967. The Longboat Key Holiday Inn, Holidome, used to reside where the luxurious Positano Beach condo now sits. Here's a secret that not many folks know, and I didn't know about it until I did the research. They had a food court there. They opened in 1997, which featured a Pizza Hut, Nathan's Hot Dogs, and Mrs. Fields Cookies. Zoning laws today prohibit the Holidome or anyone else from having fast food restaurants here on the island. In the 1920s, John Ringling had plotted Longboat Key for lots, which had resulted in a population of 80,000 folks. The land bust of 1926 changed that. Can you imagine this island with 80,000 people living on it? Arthur Vining Davis was the president of Alcoa Aluminum of America, of Gulf Oil, and Elcan of Canada. When he discovered Longboat Key, he formed what is known today as Arvida, Arthur, Vining, and Davis combined, to purchase John Ringling's holdings. Arvida bought half of Longboat Key, most of Lido, all of Bird Key, Otter Key, and Coon Key. The sale included most of Longboat's Bay and Gulfside land, from Bay Isle Road south to the New Pass Bridge. They were responsible for many of the developments found on Longboat Key today. Let's take a look at some most recent history, and this is a fact that I personally like to tell. The infamous 9/11 efforts, from the president's perspective, actually began here. President George Bush spent the night at the Old Colony on September 10th. He woke up that morning on September 11th, right here on Longboat Key. In fact, that infamous video of him reading to the children was Sarasota Booker Elementary. So some interesting history from way in the past to this island was started all the way up to today. We want to do some more things like this with the videos just to show folks our history, our culture, what we're all about. I do appreciate the fact that you watch this. Again, my name is Mike Rennick. If I can be of help, my personal cell is 941-400-8735. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.